Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so glad you're joining me. Well, today we're going to create something really fun using the Simon Says Stamp card kit for September 2026. It's called Simply Shabby. I have it behind my bag here. I already took it out of the box. We're going to go over the contents really quickly. I'm going to show you what we're going to be making and then we'll jump in and create some cards. Okay, so starting off, we get 2 sheets of cardstock. We get some white, and then we get Simon Says Stamps. This is steel. They're both 8.5 by 11 sheets. Okay. We also get a 6x8 stamp set called Simply Shabby. Fabulous greetings in here with scripty letters and block letters, and then there's a background stamp with a little crackle effect. Wonderful stamp set. Okay, and then we get another stamp set. This is a 4x6 stamp set. It's called Beyond Measure, and the greetings match. It's like, these are just a little bit bigger, okay? And when I saw this was what inspired my project for today, okay, was the stamp set, because you get tons of greetings in here, and it's gonna go perfect with what we're making, okay? We get some ink cubes. These are from Simon Says Stamps Rainbow Splash line. We have Emerald, Scarlet, Sea, and Canary. Okay, these look like straightforward bold colors, but we're gonna mix them to soften a little bit. Okay, and then we also get a mini Distress Oxide ink cube in Pumice Stone. Everybody gets Pumice Stone, which is one of my favorite colors, so we'll be using this on our card today. Simon also included a shading brush. We're going to use this with black ink today. And then, oh, I want to mention, before I show you this, I want to mention this. In our kit this month, we also get a coordinating die set that goes with this. This is, again, the Simply Shabby 6x8 stamp set. The die set will be included in our kit too. I don't have mine right now, but you get an extra die set too. So this is tons of stash building elements in this kit, okay? So you'll also get the coordinating die that goes with this, okay? And then lastly, we get these 3 items, which is fabulous in itself. And this is just amazing that Simon included the whole this whole set in it. This is the Morning Glory Vibes embossing folder, 3D embossing folder. Look how gorgeous. It's going to make a fabulous note card set. Okay, there's a stencil that you can add over the florals to color them in. And you can see that they're lined up, so it's going to make aligning it very easy. And then we also get the coordinating die set. So if you want to add dimension, we're not adding any dimension today. We're not going to use the die set that coordinates with this. Because I didn't want the bulk in my gift card set, but Simon included this die set also. So all of this is in our kit this month. Tons of stash building elements, okay? And don't forget there's another die set. Now, let me put this to the side and show you what we're making. I'm super excited about it. Okay, we're gonna make a gift card box. The box itself, okay, and then the note cards to go in it. This is an A2 box. That's where this stamp set I thought would work perfectly. Okay, so I used Love Is All You Need from the stamp set, but for our 3 cards today, we're going to use different greetings to fill it in. Okay, so much fun. The gift box is very easy to make. All you need is a sheet of acetate. Let me show you. This is an 8.5 by 11 sheet. Simon sells these 5 in a pack, okay? And then I did add a little sparkle around my greeting. So you'll need some circle dies and maybe some mirror cardstock. Today I'm using Simon Says Stamp Holographic cardstock. I thought that looked really pretty because we're not adding any sequins or anything to it. But if you have, again, silver mirror cardstock, you could replace that. I also chose this for another reason. It's because Simon Says Stamp has holographic envelopes. I think they come 5 in a pack, so that would make a great gift box too, okay? So adding the holographic circle with the holographic envelopes in the box, perfect gift, I think, okay? So let me show you. I have the twine that we're using is from Simon. It's the silver metallic cord. I just wrapped it around the corners and tied a bow. Okay, and then the lid's really easy to make. You're going to be so surprised. The box is really easy to make. You're going to be so surprised. Okay, this is what the cards look like. We're going to make 3 more with different colors, and you can see that I got this color with this set. Okay, I just love that you can mix and match these colors to create some really wonderful effects. Now, you can notice my detail on my flowers. I'm going to show you how to do that. It's easier than you think, and it really packs a punch, especially with the black greening, adding those black flower centers. Packs a lot of punch, and it's so easy, okay? If you guys have been subscribers to Simon's kits for a long time, you know that every so often Simon sends in some specialty envelopes. I think they've even sent in the holographic envelopes. I always save those for special occasions. Well, this is one of those occasions where I can use them. Okay, we didn't get any envelopes in our kit today, but this is a great way to use those fancy envelopes. Or if you want to buy them, Simon has them in the shop. But I just put them in here, add the cover. Usually I put 5 or 6 note cards in a set, and then I add my silver ribbon or twine around the corners, and you have a fabulous gift. So I'll show you how to do it, and you're going to be so surprised, I promise. Okay, first what we're going to do is do some stenciling. Okay, now these stencils are special because these line up with the embossing folder. So when you stencil this on cardstock, it's going to line up. Let me flip it around here. The stencil is going to line up perfectly here. Okay, I mean, it's going to make embossing really easy. So to do this, I'm going to bring in the same size cardstock, and these measure the same size as the stencil. So they're 4.5 inches wide by 5 3/4 inches tall, and I have 3 of them because we're going to make 3 different color of embossed panels. Okay, so we're going to take our stencil number 1, which is, well, they're not indexed, but so this, I would call it the main stencil. This is the second stencil, and we'll call this stencil 3, the flower centers. Now for my first, now we're just coloring in the flowers that are in the embossing folder. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Rainbow Splash inks here, and I'm going to use Scarlet first. Okay, and we're just going to pick up some ink, and I'm going to go over these flowers here. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of blue to turn these purple. So we'll bring in our sea ink, which is really juicy. Let me wipe off this stencil first so I don't transfer any of that ink here. Okay, and then we're going to add a little bit of blue. This will turn this purple. Lovely. Next color we're going to use Canary, which is yellow. Let's go ahead and ink this up. And then on the yellow, let's go ahead and add a little bit of our Scarlet. Just on the edges. Okay, so that's another panel. So we have some yellow, orange. So far we have red and blue, and then we have yellow, orange. We'll put this to the side, and I'm gonna have to wipe off my stencil. And for my third one, we'll line this up. We're doing 3 at a time, just to make it a little quicker. For my third one, let's do some blue Morning Glories. We're gonna go blue. We'll pick this up. Go over here. Lovely. And then I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to the, well, no, do we want yellow? No. Yeah, let's add a little bit of yellow over the blue. So we'll turn the blue into maybe like a teal. So let's add a little bit of yellow. Here we go. So these are the colors we have so far. A purpley, a bluey, and an orangey. Okay, now that's stencil number 1. Now stencil number 2, we're going to line up. And for each of the panels, line these up. Okay. And then we're going to use the same colors. Okay, so we're going to add the blue, but we're just going to go a little bit darker. I may need a little bit more blue here. A little bit more darker. Wipe it off, and then I'm going to add a little yellow to this, just a light amount. There we go. So those will be my blue flowers. We're going to bring in our yellow and do the same thing. Let me show you. So this is what we're looking like so far. Pretty quick and easy. Okay, and then our third stencil, I'm not even going to tack it down because our third stencil is flower centers, and I'm going to use yellow for the flower centers. So we're just going to pick up some ink. I'm going to go really heavy over here. You probably, okay. So these are the flower centers for this one. We're going to use yellow for all of them. Now all of our stenciling is done. Let me show you what they look like. I think this is going to make a great note card set. Now what we're going to do is take these panels, take our embossing folder. Okay, we're going to go bumpy side down. Add our, we're going to open it up. The easiest way is to open up and just line up the flowers here. Like so. Close it up, and then we're going to emboss all 3 of these panels. Once we have all 3 embossed, what we're going to do next is go over this with some inks. Okay, for this one, I thought we would add yellow behind here. So I'm going to bring in my canary ink. Okay, and I'm going to lightly brush over the entire thing. Lovely. I think that looks really pretty. And then I'm going to bring in, let's see, then I'm going to bring in my sea ink, and we're going to go over this with the blue. So first the yellow and then the blue. We're just going to lightly go over it. And look how pretty that looks. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing now with this one. Since we used red and blue, that's the same colors we're going to use in the background. Only we're going to go light. We're not going to go as heavy as we did when we ink blend. So we'll add some, let's add blue first. Okay, we'll just add some blue. Go over this. Wonderful. And then we're going to go over this with red ink. You can see the difference. It's just going to turn purple. Lovely. And then for this one, we're going to go over it with yellow. We'll take our canary. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of the red. I always like to tap it on my work surface first. That way it's not so bold. And then just using a light hand, just brush across it. It takes no time at all, and it really does create the same effect. So the same colors we used for the stenciling, we used for the background, just the lighter hand. There we go. Now using our embossing folder, run your hand over it. You want to go over the smooth side. This is the raised side. On the smooth side, we're going to use some VersaFine Clair, and we're going to use our blending tool that came with our kit. We're going to pick up some black ink, and we're going to do some tapping motions over the flower centers here. All the flower centers, we're just going to do a little tapping motion. The same width as the brush, and you're gonna say, what is she doing? But this is gonna turn out so pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit of color, and then we have this flower that has a little bit of the flower center showing. I'm gonna add a little touch here too. Okay, we're gonna flip this over now. Take our panel. We're gonna shimmy it, okay, so it's inside of our embossing folder, and then we're gonna close it like this. And then I'm gonna run this through my die cut machine again. You would think that this is just gonna give me a black blob in the middle of those flowers, but wait till you see. It actually embosses those lines. You see the detail in those? Isn't that so pretty? Okay, we're going to do the same thing. This is going to be easier because we already know where they are. Just add some dots, little tapping motions with your VersaFine Clair. This works best with a pigment ink. Okay, add a little dot there. Take our embossed panel, do a little shimmy so you know that it's where it's supposed to be, and then we close it up. Run this through. I show you every time because I'm just amazed at how pretty these are. Flower centers. You see all the veins that are coming out? So gorgeous. Let's do it one more time. You can actually see the polka dots in the flower centers too. Okay. Put it over here on this side, give it a little shimmy, close it up, run this through. And there we go. Look how gorgeous. It's just so pretty. Okay, now to clean this, I have my Ultra Clean spray from Simon. I use this every time I use my VersaFine Clair. It's a pigment, it removes pigment ink from stamps, and it works on embossing folders too. Just spray a little bit of on your embossing folder, and you can take that pigment ink off, and you're good as new again, okay? So that's our embossing. While we have our ink out, let's stamp some sentiments. Let's go ahead and stamp this. And yes, those are such pretty greetings. Okay. We'll put this back. And now I'm just making 3 cards today, but you could very well do a rainbow of colors doing the same thing. You saw how easy it was to make, okay? Now after we have this done, what I'm gonna do is put these to the side. We'll let those dry. And in the meantime, I'm gonna take these panels and I'm gonna trim them down. I have all 4 flowers in here, actually all 5 of the flowers have the flower centers. Okay, I'm going to do that to all of these. Next, we're going to bring in our Simply Shabby stamp set. Okay, and then we're just going to lay this flat, and then using our Distress Oxide ink, I'm just going to add my pumice stone to the bottom half. Okay. And then I'm going to take my card base, top molding card base, and then we're just going to add this to the bottom of our card base. Give it a good press. Okay, and I'm going to do that 3 more times. We'll just ink this up. Okay, so I have 3 card bases with a little bit crackle texture on them. Okay, let's go ahead and add each one of our panels to the center here. Now to fancy these up a little bit, now we have our greetings, okay? And what we're going to do to fancy these up is add some silver cardstock. Now I'm using some Simon Says Stamp holographic cardstock. Okay, this is pretty amazing stuff. In fact, Simon Says Stamp has envelopes that match this that I think would be amazing with this note card set. But I'm going to take a sheet and die cut out some circles that are just slightly bigger than our greeting. Okay, note card sets, I like to make 1 layer, so we're going to go ahead and use our adhesive, and then I'm going to tack these down. You see this open area here? I am going to go over this flower here, but that's okay. I'm just going to go over this to where a little bit of it's overhanging, and add this to each one of my cards. There we go, tack them down, and then anything overhanging, of course, you can just trim away. And there we go. 3 fabulous cards, perfect for a note card set. Okay, we're gonna stack these together and put these to the side. Now we need a gift box for our note card set, okay? To do a gift box, it's gonna be really easy. You need a pen and you're gonna need to mark down these measurements. Now we're gonna make a box for our note cards, or for our note card set, okay? We're gonna make a gift basically today. So we need to trim this down to 7 3/4 of an inch. So I actually have to open this up, which I don't do very often, but we're gonna trim this to 7 3/4. Okay, take this away, and then we're gonna flip it. Now we're gonna take this and trim it at 6 1/2. So we need a panel that is 7 3/4, 7 3/4 inches tall by 6 1/2 inches wide. I'm going to do the same thing with a piece of acetate. I'm going to use my Spellbinder scoreboard. I'm going to use a stylus on the back of my pickup tool from Simon. What we're going to do is score at 1 inch. We're going to score at 1 inch, turn it, score at 1 inch, turn it, score at 1 inch, turn it, and score at 1 inch. So 1 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, and we put this to the side. With our acetate, we're going to do the same exact thing. Okay, acetate may be a little bit harder, okay, but score at 1 inch. It does score though, you see? Flip it, score at 1 inch, flip it, score at 1 inch, flip it, and score at 1 inch. Okay, so that's the scoring we're going to do. So both of these are all scored at 1 inch. Now what we're going to do is take our scissors, okay, and on the shorter side, we're going to just trim at the score mark here and here, okay, and fold these up. Okay, flip it around and do the same thing. So you're going to trim here and here. Flip them up. Okay, force those score lines. So you'll need a bone folder. Let me grab mine. Fold it in and just reinforce all 4 score lines. And we're going to do this with okay. Lovely. Now with the acetate, here's what we're going to do. We're going to trim away the squares that are in the corners. Okay, let me show you over here. You see the square? There's the square that we just removed. Okay, so take away all these little corner squares. Just cut them out. And one more. So you should have 4 squares that you don't need anymore. And then this has all the corners removed. Okay, now we're going to reinforce the score lines of this one. It's really easy. Okay, fold it in, reinforce the score mark, fold it in. Okay, and we're on our last one. Okay, so all of these are folded in, reinforced with the score marks, okay? Now, to create the box, it's really easy. Bring in your glue, and then on these flaps, add some glue. Fold them in, add some glue, lift up the sides here, and just glue those flaps to the back piece here. Hold it down. You see what we did? Okay, so these flaps on the bottom, the same thing. Fold these flaps in, add some glue, which I need more. I'm going to use every last drop. Okay, add some more glue. Okay, fold this part up and just glue it closed. And that's all there is to the box. Really easy to make. Okay, and then you can grab your envelopes. Simon has some pretty amazing envelopes. Sometimes we get them in our card kits, and I saved the special ones for my gift cards. Okay, and see, I can use the dark blue with this one. We could just put them in here. And then we have well, I didn't have an orange one. Maybe I'd have an orange one. Let me see. I have a red one. Maybe we'll use a red one. Let's switch out the green for the red because I think this red will go really good with this one. Simon has it. Okay, and then we can add this one right in here. And again, you could sky's the limit with how many you can create. You can see there's plenty of room for more. At least, I would say at least a set of 5 would be really nice. You can do that because of all the sentiments that you have. To add this to this, all I'm going to do is, again, push in each of those sides that we reinforce the score lines to. Okay, so now my acetate's flat. I'm going to open it up, and then all I'm going to do is take it and put it over my box, and it kind of seals itself. You see how it just kind of lays, it just kind of closes itself. You can put it on the inside or the outside. I like to put it on the outside. Okay, and then some of them do like to flare up a little bit. You see how it sticks out just a little? This one's not doing it, but this one is. This one's flaring out a little bit. What I like to do is bring in some twine. Simon has some real pretty metallic cord. What I like to do is just wrap it around here, tie a bow with it. Then you just trim the tails. I like to leave the tails a little bit long, okay? And look at that gift set. Such a fun little gift set. Okay, of course you can add bells and whistles, you could add sequins, but for my note card sets I kind of like to keep them pretty simple. That's where the silver mirror cardstock comes in. Something a little bit different using the Simon Says Stamp card kit, because really the only main focal point that we have in our kit this month is the embossing folder, and it's a stunner. So we might as well make some beautiful note cards with it. Okay, I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for sticking with me to the end. I have 2 more videos that you guys might be interested here. If you guys are new and like the content that you see, click that subscribe button and also the notification bell. That way for future videos, be notified. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It sure does help the channel. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.